Hi everyone, it's Ashlynne with Northeast Acura, and today we're going to be going through the delivery of your new Acura TLX. Today I am doing this video with a 2022 Acura TLX all-wheel drive vehicle. Features that we're going to go over today will also line up with the other trim levels in the 22 and 21 TLX lineup, such as the standard trim, technology package, and A-Spec package, and most features that you'll find in your advanced package. So first thing what we're going to do with our vehicle is set up our memory seating. Now our memory seating does coordinate with our keys in this vehicle, our driver number 1 and 2 keys. In this vehicle, that memory seating is going to set your seat, your side mirrors, and your radio station favorites. So what you're going to do first is get your seat and your mirrors where you want them, and then from there you're going to quick click the set button, and you'll see them do a really fast blink, and you'll click number 1 or number 2 if you plan on using the driver number 2 key. Now just make sure that once you set your seating preference that you're using the correct coordinated key. So since I set driver number 1, I'm going to make sure to use the driver number 1 key. The next functions we're going to go through is all the buttons and functions of your steering wheel. So on your steering wheel, you're going to see that this whole left side here is all entertainment functions, and the whole right side of the wheel is going to just be all of your driving functions. So starting on the left side, up here in the top left corner, you have a main on-off for just your audio and entertainment, so your music and things like that. Down here is just your volume switch where you can move it up and down for your volume. And then you have this little scroll here. It also moves side to side. What this scroll does here is it does go up and down. It also goes side to side. And when it goes side to side, that's what you'll use to change your song or radio station. If you're listening to music through your Bluetooth, it'll just go to the next song. If you're listening to Sirius XM or AM or FM radio, it will go to your next radio station favorite. This button also does have the function of picking up and hanging up your phone. As you'll see here, you'll see no pick up or hang up button, and that's what the scroll does here. So when somebody calls you, you'll see a little diagram pop up on the middle of your dash screen here, and it will tell you which way to push this scroll, left or right, in order to pick up or hang up. So this voice command button here has 2 different functions. If you give it a quick press, it's going to be your Acura voice commands. If you are using an iPhone and you have it connected through Bluetooth, if you press and hold this button, it will be your Siri that comes through the car. This button right here is just a back button, and then of course you have your apps button. When you press that, you'll have a little display of different audio sources, your recent calls if you wanted to choose from there. And that's what you'll use this scroll right here to go up and down for. If you want to cancel out of that menu, just push the back button here. Moving to the right side of your steering wheel. So the right side of your steering wheel is going to be all your driving functions. So this scroll right here will just change your info screen on your dash. And you can have nothing. You can have your driver attention level, all-wheel drive. You also have tire pressure, oil life, your navigation if you're in a tech package and above, digital speedometer, and trip computer. Now on this screen is where you can access some of your safety features as well. So if you go to the safety support screen right here, you'll then push this scroll in to edit, and it will take you through some of your safety features that you have, such as lane departure mitigation, blind spot monitoring, collision mitigation braking system, so your pre-collision braking. And you can turn these on and off however you see fit. When you're done editing, you just hit the back arrow to cancel out, and it will automatically save any changes you made. Moving over here to this button, this is just the main on-off for your cruise control. So once you give it a click here, it will turn it on. You'll see your little cruise control icon pop up on your dash as well. Then of course, just like a normal cruise system, you'll follow this diagram to set and then increase or decrease. Down here is something that works your adaptive cruise control. So when I click this, you'll see those little blocks pop up on your screen. And each one of those blocks, so one block stands for, or is the equivalent to one car length. So if I want to set my preference, if you want to go to normal cruise mode and not have the adaptive function, you'll then press and hold that button and it'll switch to normal cruise mode. Same thing to go back to adaptive cruise mode. And then this button right here is your lane keep assist system. So that's a safety feature more for highway use. You have to be going over 45 miles an hour for it to engage, and there has to be lines on the road. You can override the system if you need to. It will not jerk the wheel from you at all. It will also turn the system off. If you have your blinker on to change lanes, it will not correct you. Again, you can turn that on and off however you see fit, and then just give it a push to turn it back off. If you're not using any of the cruise control functions and you want to shut those off, just give this main button a push and we'll shut it off. So going to the buttons that are to the left of your steering wheel, next to your door almost, you're going to see a couple buttons there. Starting from the left, what that button is going to do is that is just the brightness for your dash. So you can make it brighter or less bright, but it should automatically adjust with your auto headlights. The next button to the right of that, the car with the circle around it, that is going to be another way to access that safety support screen on your dash. So you don't have to sift through your screen menu to find it. If you give that button a push, it will automatically bring up the safety support screen to access lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, and your pre-collision braking. Next button to the right, that is just the button to turn your traction control off in your all-wheel drive vehicle. And then the next button to the right of that, if you are in a tech package and above, will be your front and rear parking sensors. Now the parking sensors, you'll know if they're on if you see that little green light turned on above it like it is now. And then to turn it off, you just give it a push if you don't want to use them. Below that set of buttons, you'll see your electronic parking brake. That button is just kind of like a rocker switch, so you just put your foot on the brake pedal and push it down to engage, foot on the brake pedal and pull it up to release your parking brake. Moving to your headlights. So your headlights are on the left side of your steering wheel column. So you'll see here you have a little diagram. Your headlights, all of the Acura vehicles in the TLX lineup have auto headlights. You can shut them off, but they will always spring back to auto. If you do like to manually turn your headlights on, if they're not coming on when you want them, they should automatically though, you can twist it down like that to manually turn them on. In the A-Spec and Advanced package, you do get fog lights included as well. So your fog lights are right here. And you just give that a twist. If you do leave your fog lights on and you have your headlights set to auto, it will automatically turn your headlights or your fog lights off with your headlights. Moving to your wiper blades. So your wipers functions are on the right side of the column of your steering wheel. And what you'll do is you'll just follow this little diagram right here. So one click down puts you on intermittent, and you can adjust for more or less rain using this little dial right here. If you just want to put them on low, one more click down. High is one more click. If you want to have your windshield washer fluid, you just simply pull it towards you and your wipers will automatically come on. Moving to your infotainment screen, you have your screen right up here, and what you'll use to navigate this screen is your touchpad right below. So, little breakdown of the touchpad here. This big portion right here and these two buttons are what's going to operate the large portion of the screen up here. And then this little bar and this button are what navigates this small portion of the screen right on this side. So, a couple tricks about the touchpad and a couple tips to use when you're using it. Wherever you start your finger on the touchpad, it will go to the coordinating position. So when you put your finger down, you just drag it around. When you get to what you want to click on, do not pick your finger up. Just leave it wherever you last were and give it a click in like a computer, just like a computer mouse pad. So you have a back button right here, and then you also have a home button. I always tell everyone, if you don't know how you got to where you are and you just want to get back to the home screen, when in doubt, hit the house. It will bring you right back to your main menu. What this little button does, you just swipe through it, and you can either have your music, a time clock, or a mini navigation screen on this right side. This button right here just brings all those options up as a list form. To the right of the touchpad, we have a volume dial. This is also a button. And then you also do have a little skip switch right here. If you do have any questions about how to pair your phone to your current vehicle, please feel free to click the link below and it'll take you right to a specific video on how to pair your Bluetooth phone. Right across here, you have all of your climate controls. They are all on nice tactile buttons, which is really nice, not on a touch screen or anything, and easy to access. So you have your dual temps right here, so you can change them and have them separate. If you do want them to be the same, you have your sync button right here, as well as auto. Going across the bottom here, you'll have your main on-off button, mode, and you just keep clicking through, and it will show you what it's set on right there. And then you have your AC, fan speed, recirculation, front defroster, rear window, and side mirror defroster right here. Moving down below, you have your heated seats. If you're in an A spec or advanced package, you do have cooled seats added. So right now, of course, it's really hot outside, so we're rocking the cooled seats. You do also have a really cool feature. This will be in all models, whether you have just heated seats or heated and cooled seats, is this auto function. Now what this button does is that it will automatically turn on either your heated or cooled seat and lower it based off of this internal temperature that you set in your car. Moving down to your dynamic modes. Now this dial right here, you just give it a twist to change your drive modes of your vehicle. In this car we have comfort, normal, and sport mode. What this does is it just changes the drive and feel of your car. You do also in the TLX have individual mode, which to edit your individual mode, you'll press and hold this center button, and it'll bring you to the screen. So this is where you can change whether you want your engine in sport, your steering in normal, your suspension in normal. So you can set your preferences, as well as your ambient lighting and the idle engine stop. You can disable that in here. I'm gonna exit out of that. And then if you just simply want to put your car in individual mode, you just give this button a quick push. Moving down to your shifter. So your shifter right here, same order as a regular shifter, just a button instead of a lever, if that's what you're used to. Very simple to learn. So park, reverse is a pullback button, neutral and drive. Highlights whatever gear you're in. It will also display it on your center screen of your dash. Little add-on here is that if you push your drive button twice, it will put it into a sport shifting mode, where you can then use the paddle shifters on your steering wheel. All Acura TLXs are equipped with this function, and you can use it however you see fit. A couple other features in this vehicle. This button you'll see right here, that A with the circle around it and off, this is the button to turn off that auto engine idle stop. That is the feature in cars where when you come to a complete stop, it will temporarily shut off your engine and then start it back up when you get going again. So if you do not like that feature for some reason, or if you just want to turn it off for the drive, you just give this button a push and it'll shut it off for the rest of the duration of your drive. When you do shut your car completely off and turn it back on, it will enable that feature again. So if you just want to turn it off again, just give it another push. Another feature here, this is brake hold. Now this is a really cool feature where when you come to a complete stop, you know how you have to keep your foot on the brake, otherwise you'll roll forward. When you enable this feature here, you can actually remove your foot from the brake pedal and you won't go anywhere until you engage the gas again. You'll know this feature is on when you have to have your seatbelt on to use it. And when you turn it on, it will indicate on your dash. When it's engaged, the indication on your dash will highlight green. Moving to the wireless charging pad, you can add the wireless charging pad to any TLX model. It does come with the A-Spec and Advanced package. Now, you will know it's on if you have that little green light there. If you want to charge your phone, you just simply place your phone on if it has wireless charging capabilities, and you'll know your phone is charging when it turns from green to orange right there. If you want to turn the wireless charging pad off, you just press and hold this button right here until the green light turns off, and the same thing to turn it back on. Moving up here, you have your auto dimming rearview mirror. This will come in every trim of the TLX model lineup. Under the rearview mirror, you have your garage door openers as well as the button to turn off the auto dimming feature. I normally just leave mine on. It's a really great feature to have. It will dim the headlights of the cars behind you at nighttime when you're driving. Moving up a little bit higher here, you do have, of course, sunglass holder, definitely a must. And then you have the function for your sunroof. Now you do have a manual shade right here. Once you open that up, you can just pull this button back here to open, push it forward to close, and it does have the tilt feature too, where you just push it head on to tilt it, push it forward to close. These right here, these little buttons, you can have your interior lights on, off, or if you want them set to turn on when your doors open. And of course you have your manual little lights here. And then you have your emergency assist button. I call this little cover the brake glass of emergency. It is a cover so you don't accidentally hit the button. God forbid you ever get into an accident and you need to dial emergency services. You pull that cover off and you give that button a push and it will dial emergency services. This button right here is for some of your Acura Link services if you do need assistance with your Acura Link subscription as well as concierge services. Moving to the outside of your TLX, I'm just going to show you how to access your gas tank. So in the 2021 and 2022 TLX, there is no button on the inside of your car to access your gas tank. You will simply just press on the outside of the door here and it will pop open. You do have a capless fuel system, so you will simply just push the nozzle through the cap right here and it will open up. And then to close it, just give it a push. If for some reason your gas tank door does not open, it's most likely because your car is locked. When your car is locked, it also does lock your gas tank door, so just unlock your car and it should open. Moving to the trunk of your TLX, you can open it with the button that's built into the tail light right here. You can also do it in these ones because they have an assisted open. You can open it from your key fob. So at the bottom of your key fob, you would just press and hold this little trunk button right here and it will pop open. Definitely nice if your hands are full with stuff. I'm just going to show you briefly how to access the inflator kit in your TLX. These are equipped with inflator kits back here. So when you lift up this little panel right here, you'll see the inflator kit. Below that, you will see a little funnel that if you ever need to fill your gas tank from a gas can, you will need this funnel to do that. Below this foam piece here is your battery. So you do have that back there as well. For more information on the Acura TLX and Acura model lineup, or if you are looking to reserve and order your new Acura vehicle, visit us online at northeastacura.com. Give us a call or come down to the dealership to see me.